Ladies and gentlemen, Gumpkins, Judds, Academy Conants, and all of you Torgarudas that like to cross your arms to today's video where we finally have it. It's been months upon months of waiting since, what was it, July, June? I don't know. This year, Gary, we finally have the Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano kit reveal. You want to calm down? I know. Let me hold on, calm down for a second. Do you want me to summarize the kit? We all know Galactic Legends have ultimate abilities. What if I said this character did not have just one ultimate, but two? I don't know how. Two ultimates? I don't know. Do you want me to push on my toes? Two ultimates for Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. I mean, boy, oh boy. I want to show you guys something that's fun before we get into this here. I need you guys to get nice and comfy. I was drinking some hot chocolate while the kit reveal is making its way here. If you need some Jawa juice, be my guest. If, whatever you got to do, it's going to be a little bit of reading that we have here. For comparison, this was Baylan Skoll's kit, 1,036 words. Here is Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano's kit, 1,262 words. And even this says you need a college graduate degree to read this. My gosh. From what I'm looking here, people, boy, oh boy, this looks to be crazy. Maybe even having some Ray type of annoyances. But Ray who, Gary? No, no, Gary, don't do it. How would you like the chance to win an Amazon gift card, a brand new video game console, or how about a round trip, all expenses paid to Mars and back? Oh, we're not doing that last one. Wait, what? Well, then you need to check out today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. If you use my QR code up above or my link down below, we are going to be able to get you two amazing champions that I'm using all the time, Tayrell, as well as you'll be getting Rector Draft. And that's not all. If you're a new player, there are two legendaries that are available that you can get right away. You can pick one of either Loki or Sun Wukong. Make sure you click on this, then click on promo code and type in Monkey King if you want Sun Wukong, or Get Loki if you want to get Loki. If you want someone with amazing damage, go with Sun Wukong. Or if you want an ultimate control and support character, Loki is really good. In case you do not know, I have another channel where I've been playing Raid Shadow Legends every day since June of this year. And there's a special Christmas event going on from December 5th to January 15th. If you visit xmas.raidrpg.com, you can win a variety of prizes. They are doing $5,000 in giveaways, gaming consoles, smartphones, Amazon gift cards, and in-game loot. Simply download Raid using my link or QR code. Head to the website, enter in your Raid ID, and start throwing snowballs. You only have 24 hours to play the event after downloading Raid through my link or QR code to be eligible. Are you happy, Gary? You did the meme. Okay, fine. Let's get the memes out of the way, people. I'm a little sad that currently the images aren't working here. What I'm going to do is we're going to kind of do things a little backwards. Generally, we do the top part, then we do the bottom parts here. We're going to do the kit part first and come back here. Oddly, something new. They're kind of giving Zeta recommendation orders. Interesting. We'll be the judge of that, though, of course, once we get our hands on her. And seems like, what are we thinking? Monday is looking to be the time when the update's going to be hitting. That's the new update schedule, as well as Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano. So people, get ready over the weekend, because things are going to get crazy next week. Here we are, straight into the abilities. I'm hoping they update it soon. We'll do like one more refresh. I really want to see the two ultimate thing going on here, but we have the basic ability. Aegis Charge, Zeta ability. Deal physical damage to target enemy twice. Dispel all buffs on them. Buff dispel basic. Already starting off solid. Gain 5% bonus protection stacking until the end of the encounter. And if Ahsoka has perfect defense, increases duration by 1. We've had some a lot of misses with perfect defense when it comes to General Syndulla. Perfect defense. Hopefully they fix it, because it's going to be important for this kit as well. And then the weakest other light side ally recovers 10% health and protection. Note though, all this stuff on this basic ability that we have here, it doesn't say on her turn, so you should be able to, if she gets called to assist, she'll damage the enemy twice, get the buff dispel, and gain her bonus protection stacking. So if you keep calling to assist somehow, and we have a couple of assisting abilities, like, for example, Ezra Bridger Exile, who currently is chilling with Ray. No, Gary, don't do it again, okay? Just relax. I know. Jeez, okay. Anyways, moving on here, people. Boy, oh boy, okay. That was just the basic. Special 1, Shatter Strike, Zeta, cooldown of 4. Deal physical damage and inflict enemy with 2 stacks of off balance A new effect that was brought with Padawan Sabine Wren. We haven't really appreciated her much, but this could be finally where we're going to see Padawan Sabine do something special until they are damaged by an attack. Furthermore, it can't be copied, dispelled, or resisted, and armor shred until the end of the battle. They are loving their armor shred stuff lately. They've been really playing around with that, like with Balin's Skull. They always have like these themes that they kind of repeat through every single year, you know. Like, for example, I always put up this example. Enfys Nest and Houndstooth, they were kind of part of the same design philosophy. When they came out this year, we've been playing around with like armor shreds a few times. Moving on, though, it gets a little bit more interesting. Oh, holy, light side allies. Did I say this? Light side allies cover 5% health protection, doubled for Spectre allies. So more ways of healing. Basics going to be healing. In case, I know we didn't have the graphic up above, but Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano is supposed to be a tank, and I'm gonna spoil it in her little description they gave us here. All these Ahsokas we have, they're attackers, so they wanted to kind of mix things up, make her a tank, leader, Spectre, unaligned Force user, no Jedi tag. Again, we'll come back, check out all this stuff from earlier on, but I want to keep moving along. A lot of healing that we have so far through this tank, but people, special 2, Defiant Resolve, Zeta, cooldown, a 4. Ahsoka Tano dispels all buffs in herself. Taunts for 2 turns. Dispels resilient defense from all allies. Again, we need to make sure General Syndulla is working. She was not working when I was using her in our first testing. Resilient defense is going to be way more important just beyond her General Syndulla lead. For each stack of resilient defense dispelled, Ahsoka Tano is going to gain 10% defense and mastery stacking until the end of the battle. So if you had 5 allies of resilient defense, well, what is that? 50% defense, 50% mastery until the end of the battle. I don't think we can see what master she has, but I'm assuming it's probably something, you know, tank-like, you know, like Galactic Legend Leia. If Ahsoka had defense up and tenacity up, she dispels them and gains perfect defense. That's basically how General Syndulla plays around with resilient or perfect defense as well. If she already has perfect defense, increase its duration by 2. But we're not done yet. Man, where's all these images? I want to see the fun images here. And, you know, we've been waiting for how long? Since like July, and they can't have the images. Target other ally gains 25% Terminator. And if they are Spectre, they also gain Morai's Wisdom. Is that the little owl? No, is that the owl? Is that like, you know, there was the father, there was a son, the daughter. I feel like a loser right now. How can I forget this? Morai's Wisdom. If they didn't already have it until the end of the battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or preventable. What does that do? Well, guess what? You just got to look a little bit down further, and you'll see. Plus 15 speed when you have it. Take 10% less damage. Take reduced damage from percent health damage effects, so damage over times, burning, stuff like that. Immune to turn meter reduction. I want to remind you a few things. You know, over the years, you know, you see things like insta-kill come up, insta-kill immunity, anti-turn meter reduction. Well, so far this team, from just what we've seen and previous kits we've had, we already have anti-insta-kill with their Ezra Bridger. We're going to have being able the immunization, the turn meter removal. So we're kind of doing well, but I got to admit, that's all we have for the specials. Where's all the words? You told me there were 1,262 words. We're getting there now. Now we're going to be getting there through our unique abilities and our leadership abilities. Daughter of Mortis, Zeta ability. I think, yeah, that right. That's the daughter of Mortis. So the father was, his name was, you know, Mr. Mortis, right? And there was Miss Mortis and, you know, crazy son Mortis. Anyways, unique ability number 1. At the start of battle, Ahsoka gains Morai's Wisdom until the end of the battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Ahsoka Tano has a 100% counter chance and is immune to damage immunity. You might be like, well, that's a bad thing. No. You want her not to have damage immunity because what do you want? You want her to counterattack. We talked about the basic ability. She's able to heal, get the buff, dispels, all that fun jazz. But we got more. While she has perfect defense, assuming it works, she recovers 50% health and protection whenever she attacks at a turn. Again, that's why you don't want damage immunity. You want her to a counterattack, and then when she's attacking out a turn, she's doing her basic stuff, she's doing perfect defense stuff, and then at the start of each encounter, boom, we got a pre-taunt, Ahsoka Tano taunt for 2 turns. I guess something to keep in mind. I mean, this is, I don't know why my mind wandered to this, but you know, in like Conquest, you're trying to do stupid feats and like, man, I wish I had like some crazy tank. Well, she's a pre-taunt, so I guess you could use her in a non-leadership capacity. So pre-taunting, always good. Furthermore, at the start of each return, Ahsoka has offense equal to 35% of her Defense, hold the phone for a moment, people, until the start of her next turn. Whenever she uses the special ability, she gains 6% ultimate charge. So let's pause for a moment. She has offense equal to 35% of her defense. Well, I'm assuming that this is one reason why perfect defense is going to be kind of nice, because it's a much more improved version of defense up. So if you have perfect defense, you're ramping up all of your beautiful... Gary, can you pull up the... Yeah, pull up Galaxy of Heroes for a moment. Enhance. Thank you. Pull up General Syndulla for a second. Where's her perfect defense shenanigans here? 200% defense. So what is that? Gary, quick maths. 60% offense and just from perfect defense alone, right? Yeah, you could kind of say that's a big deal. But we're not done yet. If all allies are respected at the start of the battle, whenever an ally is dazed, they dispel it and gain 15 speed, stacking until the end of the battle. So one thing you're going to want to make sure you don't do... Don't put daze on him. Yeah, it's going to be useless. You're just going to be feeding him extra speed. So you got to be very careful. So, I mean, I don't want to be poking the bear here, but what's a galactic legend that has a lot of days? Lord Failure. And we're going to have to assess, is this the new most expensive galactic legend going to be better than Lord Vader, who did not learn the right lessons? If you're expensive, you got to be kind of good. Well, time will tell, but just want to bring that up here. Not poking the bear. Not poking the bear. Then we have our unique 2 traditional stuff here. Galactic Legend has the Zeta. This unit takes reduced damage from percent health damage effects, massive damage effects. They take massive damage from destroy effects, excluding raid bosses, and are immune to stun effects. And we get 10% max health and protection per relic and flyer, and the damage they receive is reduced by, or decreased by 30%. And now we get to our leadership ability and our not one, but 2 ultimate abilities. Check it. Leader ability, Commander of the Wayward. Zeta, of course. Spectre allies have 30% defense, mastery, and offense. And what did we talk about defense a moment ago? Yeah. If you have... I misspoke. It's that 70% defense, right? Yeah, 70% offense. So if you had 200%, it'd be 70% offense that you're going to be gaining through perfect defense. I thought it was 30%. So, Gary, can you quickly edit it out so I don't look like an idiot? Thanks, Gary. You're the best. So 35% offense. So right here, well, that's why you want even more defense, because the leadership's going to be giving you even more offense. So it's almost like you got to look at this like a double offensive game. You get the 30% offense and then 35% of the 30% defense. Are we following myself? I don't know if I'm following myself right now. At the start of the battle, hold on, I'm going to need to gotta just stretch out for this one right here. This is going to be a long... few minutes we're gonna have here. At the start of the battle, all other non-summon Spectre allies that didn't already have it gain exile. Wow, we've been kind of saying that Ezra Bridger's not gonna be the only one of exile. Hu Yang, I know there's a lot of kids, so we kind of gotta connect the dots here, but Hu Yang, we weren't able to fully appreciate it because why? Well, inside of a Spectre lineup, he would really like to see more exile if you'd like to get more damage here. So you get deal an additional instant damage for each other light side droid ally or ally with exile. Right now, exile is only a 1-person thing. That's Ezra Bridger exile. But now we got more. So everyone gets exiled to start the battle, and then which can't be copied, dispelled, and they gain the granted ability Reunite. Brand new. Hold your horses. We'll figure it out. If there's an ally, Ezra Bridger exile. So if you didn't get Ezra Bridger exile in the past couple conquests, ooh. A lot of stuff tied to him, not just from Ezra being great, but actual callouts here. He gains 25 stacks of Purgle Migration. My gosh. I mean, here's the dealio, people. Ezra Bridger Exile already gets his Purgle Migration incredibly fast. Especially that Omicron that he has here. I mean, it's almost like, I remember I did a video, I timed it. It was like 15, 20 seconds. Through Kanan's Legacy, he gets even more Purgle Migration, 25 stacks when he does this, and now with this on top of that, it's like almost turn 1. Doesn't that sound about right? Almost turn 1. He's just going to get rid of Purgle Migration. Pretty nuts. And if there's not an ally Ezra Bridger exile, you at least get some sort of trade-off here. Spectre allies gain 100% max health and max protection. Now, what I'm curious about, is there a world where maybe the team's better without Ezra Bridger exile? It seems weird to imagine, but just putting it out there. Although getting the fast stacks Purgle Migration is great. At least you're going to be getting something if you don't have Ezra Bridger exile. I kind of like this little trade-off here. Whenever an ally of Moraz's Wisdom uses a special ability, Ahsoka gains 6% ultimate charge. Okay, well, now we're starting to connect the dots how we get ultimate charge going on here, right? It's always the core theme of Galactic Legends. How can I rush to that ultimate or multiple ultimates in this situation? Whenever an ally uses Reunite, Ahsoka gains 30% ultimate charge. And then whenever Hu Yang gains any version of History of the Galaxy, which we have not really been able to fully appreciate at this point through his unique ability. Now, like, Hu Yang's been pretty cool, man, but we just haven't really used this part at all. When that happens, when you get any version of History of the Galaxy, Ahsoka gains 30% ultimate charge. Ooh, we're going still. Whenever a Spectre ally has a buff on them, the buff dispelled on them, they gain 10% Terminator and 5% Master stacking until the end of the battle. Well, if you remember, somewhere up yonder, there's an ability where Ahsoka can basically take away the resilient defense in everyone, right? Ahsoka dispels all debuffs on herself, taunts, cool. And then she dispels resilient defense from all allies. Again, a good thing. Besides just ramping up all of her stats, when she's pulling away those buffs, what's she going to be doing? She's going to be feeding turn meter, 10% turn meter and 5% mastery, stacking until the end of the battle. But furthermore, whenever an enemy gains protection up, Spectre allies gain 15% off and stacking until the end of the battle. Oh man, it's not just until the next turn, it's until the end of the battle. And then whenever an enemy with less than 100% turn meter gains bonus turn meter, they take a little bit of true damage to them, which can't be evaded, and this damage can't defeat enemies. We gotta explain what this Reunite thing is. The best way I can describe it, it's almost like Grand Admiral's throwing, his maneuver, Grand Admiral's maneuver, whatever the heck it's called. Remove exile from this character and another targeted ally. Gain 25% mastery until the end of the battle, on top of all these other mastery things we're talking about here. Take a bonus turn. So again, right, kind of like a maneuver where, you use it, you gain turn meter with Thrawn lead. This ability is on a shared cooldown between allies who have Reunite and is immune to cooldown manipulation. Okay, we get all this funny stuff, but the real crown jewel of a Galactic Legend is the ultimate. So far, allies use with Mirai's Wisdom using special abilities, she gets ultimate charge. Whenever an ally is using Reunite, Ahsoka's getting 30% ultimate charge. Anytime Hu Yang's getting any version of History of the Galaxy out, Ahsoka's getting 30% ultimate charge. And on top of that, somewhere in here, anytime she's using a special ability, she's getting 6% ultimate charge. So it's more or less, to keep it simple, use special abilities, and that's more or less what you gotta do. And here's where we finally get to the ultimate. Worlds apart. It was gonna be a huge missed opportunity if they didn't do this, and unfortunately we're not seeing it. I wanna see the animations here. Requires 100% ultimate charge to activate, so there's no half measure. It's not like Master Kenobi, Galactic Legend Leia, more like Master Luke, Sith Eternal. You gotta go all the way. Here we go, ultimate charge. Ahsoka Tano gains, I guess they basically summarized what I just said there. Let's just read it. We're already here, right? Ahsoka Tano gains 30% ultimate charge whenever an ally uses Reunite. 30% ultimate charge whenever Hu Yang gains any version of the History of the Galaxy. 6% ultimate charge whenever she uses a special ability, and 6% ultimate charge whenever an ally of Mirai's Wisdom uses the special ability. Here we go. Reset the cooldown of all allies and set the cooldown of all enemies to their max, which can't be resisted. So question I'm seeing, is Galactic Legend Leia going to be a good counter? Because she basically shuts that down, completely nullifies this. But against everyone else out there, yeah, that's going to be kind of scary. But don't worry, there's more. Spectre allies recover 50% health and protection. So, kind of reminiscent of like Master Kenobi when he hits the high ground. It's like, screw you too, I guess. I got to start over. Remove exile from a random ally, and a random Spectre ally who didn't have it gains Mirai's Wisdom until the end of the battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. As the original exile gains another 10 stacks of Purgle Migration. Like, is he honestly going to need it? It feels like overkill again. It just, in Grand Arena, he gains it so fast. I don't know, maybe the ultimate's going to be happening so fast. Target enemy is exiled for 2 turns. We kind of already seen that with Ezra Bridger exile. He can exile the other person. Boy, it sucks. If he exiles a Malicos or Starkiller, you're basically dead in the water. Not a good feeling here. And then furthermore, this ability transforms into Relentless Redoubt. Okay, so you hit the ultimate once. Now what's gonna happen? We have the ultimate 2, and this one only requires a 50% ultimate charge. So more or less, you need a total of 150% ultimate charge to get the full package, more or less here. Here, oh, actually, I mean, that's just to activate the second one. There's technically still tiers where it's like Supreme Leader Kylo Ren now. Well, let's get down to business, people. Ultimate 2, Relentless Redoubt, requires 50% just ultimate charge just to activate. And again, we don't need to repeat this. How does she get ultimate charge? All those things, special abilities, you know, not Mystery of the Galaxy, the History of the Galaxy. Okay. The other strongest Spectre ally gains Deflective Ward. And what the heck is that? Well, I can tell you this. It can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented until the end of the encounter. But here we go. Whenever an ally with Deflective Ward takes damage from an enemy, Deflective Ward expires, and the enemy who damaged them is inflicted with 2 stacks of off balance. Again, off balance more or less. Here, pull it up. Just pull it up real quick. It's more or less an improved version of Exposed. For the most part, Padawan Sabine run, I believe, was the first one. No, that's pinned. Where the heck is the little description here? It was right. She was the first one to bring off balance here. Yeah, did they not have an explanation? Well, I guess you just got to take my word. It's more or less like an Expose here. Yeah, for whatever reason, I am not seeing the explanation. Unless, was there anyone else here that had off balance first? I'm pretty sure Padawan Sabine Wren was the first one there. Anyways, though, improved version of Expose can't be resisted, and if they were stealth, deflective target. Whenever Ahsoka uses an ability during her turn, deflective target is removed from the target enemy, and Ahsoka takes a bonus turn. Okay, all right. And if the target did not have deflective target, it is removed from all remaining enemies, and Ahsoka can ignore taunt effects when targeting enemies with deflective target. It's sort of like, I believe, with General Syndulla. She's got a fracture. She can target the people with the fracture, right? Whenever Ahsoka is damaged by an enemy, at the end of that turn, she dispels Deflective Ward from a random ally. So it kind of almost seems like a hot potato thing going on. This Deflective Ward is kind of moving around everywhere here. But the deal gets sweetened up. Check it out. 50% ultimate charge. You're going to get 25% health, protection, and all light side allies gain 10% mastery until the end of the battle. All right. Give me a little bit more. 75% ultimate charge. Ahsoka recovers an additional 25% health and protection, and all light side allies gain additional 20% mastery. But wait, there's more. Until the end of the battle, the strongest and weakest other Spectre ally who didn't already have it gained the Deflective Ward, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented until the end of the encounter, and then inflict ability block on a target enemy for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. But hold on. We got one more tier, 100% ultimate charge. Ahsoka recovers an additional 50% health and protection. All light side allies gain additional 30% mastery until the end of the battle, and all other Spectre allies who didn't already have it, they gain Deflective Ward, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Inflict ability block on a target enemy for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. Tons and tons and tons of master ramping. And I can only imagine this is going to be incredibly beneficial for Padawan Sabine. I haven't been really impressed with their damage, but if you're going to be getting 5 quadrillions amounts of mastery ramping, well, that might help out a little bit. You know, critical chance, critical damage, and damage. Yeah. Okay. What does Deflective Ward do? Damage received is reduced to 1. Then you have Deflective Target. Ahsoka can ignore taunt effects to target this character and takes a bonus turn after using an ability while targeting this unit. Dispels if this character is under stealth. So you have Deflective Ward, Deflective Target. 2 separate things that we have here. And then, they kind of summarize the things that we have. So, perfect summary. Mirai's Wisdom, plus 15 speed, take 10% less damage, take reduced damage from percent and health damage effects, immune to terminator reduction. Deflective Ward, your damage is reduced to 1. Kind of nuts. It's almost like a mini Rey ultimate. Gary, don't. No, I'm not going to say Rey who. No. Deflective Target. Ahsoka can ignore taunt effects to target this character and take a bonus turn after using an ability while targeting this unit. Dispels it if the character stealth. Whew. There's a lot going on here, people. More or less, the best way to summarize Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano, she's ramping up her team. She's the team leader, getting everyone up and running, feeding them tons of offense, mastery, healing them. That's more or less what we're seeing her. Now, she could have good damage here. Again, her damage is based off of her defense. So if you can get her defense up and running, probably going to hit hard as well. Whew. I mean, I'm trying to think of what's going to counter this already just from the Galactic Legend hemisphere. Leia seems like she might be okay. You know, maybe, you know, Master Kenobi, because you can't really manipulate any turn meter potentially. Hard to say, but again, keep in mind, Commander Tano can't insta-kill, so that's kind of an issue that's rolling over there. I want to bring our attention to the top real quick, checking on all these things here. So here they gave us some Zeta recommendations here. Again, we got to wait and see when we get our hands on it ourselves here. So here's what I want to do. First off, the strategy tips. Carefully utilizing Reunite to remove exile from your team will be critical and may vary depending on who you're against. So, you know, maybe you want to unexile someone at different times, and you want to exile specific characters on the other side of the field. Again, it's better to exile Malicos or Starkiller than Old Ben, right? Her second ult ability, Relentless Readout, has great defensive benefits. Properly timing it can help her team withstand the damage of Galactic proportions. And then we have the FAQ. How do you acquire? She's a Galactic Legend, will be permanently available. We no longer have to lose GL tickets. Massive W right there. We talked about that a while ago. And also you can get the Galactic Legend tickets in the Shard Shop now. Here's why they didn't do no Jedi tag. I'm guessing balance reasons, right? Technically, she says I'm no Jedi, but, you know, even Mando referred to her as a Jedi, right? Even though she took a Padawan learner and Sabine Wren and used many of Anakin's lessons in training her, Ahsoka herself famously walked away from the Order and declared to Darth Vader, I'm no Jedi. And then furthermore, why is she a tank? While Ahsoka can always put up a fight, this version is more wise and stoic. The game also already has multiple versions of Ahsoka that are all hard-hitting attackers, so we enjoyed a new evolution of this beloved character. And can you use Reunite if Exile is present? Yes, you can! Still use Reunite? Either the character using it or the target does not have Exile, and you'll still gain the listed benefits. And then here, kind of summarizing the deflective ward target thing. How do they work together? When an ally with deflective ward is damaged by an opponent, that ally takes 1 damage and deflective ward is removed. Then, the enemy who dealt damage to that ally is afflicted with deflective target. Ahsoka gains many benefits when attacking the opponent with deflective target. This concept is inspired by Darth Vader. Yeah, I guess it's more like maybe a merciless massacre. I guess it's probably one way. Yeah, I think it's a little fitting, right? And then we have, can Ahsoka use her first ultimate worlds apart multiple times? No. So basically, the way I'm interpreting it, I'm assuming we're going to get Ahsoka the Gray going into Ahsoka the White, right? And then you only can do Ahsoka the Gray to White 1 time. And then once you're in the Ahsoka the White, then you can just keep repeating that ultimate ability, the 2-tier ultimate ability that you have, basically. No, when she uses Worlds Apart, it is replaced with the second ultimate Relentless Readout for the remainder of the battle, as well as an outfit change. Okay, there you go, Ahsoka the White. The White is her leader ability, Commander of the Wayward, give max health and max protection, but only if Ezra Bridger isn't there. Let's check it out. We found the balance. We found during balances that the team already benefited from additional max health and max protection that Ezra provides. But when he wasn't present, the team simply did not have the survivability. There you go. To withstand many attacks from top teams. However, when both Ezra and Ahsoka were together, it was too much. This current iteration allows Ahsoka team to perform how we want against these top teams, but is still greatly enhanced if Ezra Bridger Exile is there. Then why is she immune to damage unity? I basically already described it a bit. But apparently, another reason why is it's too good, you might say. We found that during balance testing that in scenarios where Ahsoka gained this buff, it could lead to very unenjoyable play experience when facing her and could cause some battles to drag out longer than we were comfortable with. I guess that's one way of looking at it. But again, there were benefits of her not having damage unity because you want her to take damage so she counterattacks and does everything else. And then why is Mirai not green tinted? I guess they're just kind of talking about why it's blue. I'm assuming it's blue. Let's actually refresh the page real quick. Any images, please? They're still having issues. Still having issues. Nonetheless, people, long kit. That is Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano right there. It seems to be, even though it's a tank, it feels more like an ultimate support type of Galactic Legend. We don't get too many support Galactic Legends. I think Jabba's like the only one, right? Yeah, so seems, I mean, yes, she's going to taunt. She's going to be tanky, but a lot of support-like attributes. And again, the question at the end of the day, for 3 relics, 6 marquees, what is she like? Is she going to be at least better than Lord Vader and his investment? Time will tell, my friends. And we're going to find out this upcoming Monday. Monday can't come soon enough, my friends. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. It's more like, welcome to today's lesson of Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano kit reveal. I mean, seriously, it's getting to the point where these kit reveals are like almost the whole entire period of class. Anyways, passing the ball over to you guys. How you feeling for Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano? For me, though, I'm expecting we're going to be seeing a lot of damage coming our way when we finally get our hands on her this upcoming Monday. But until that time has arrived, thank you for stopping by. Leave that like, comment down below, and always remember, it's great to be in the Empire today.